Are you ready? Because he's ready. It's Master Jeff! Martial arts expert, instructor extraordinaire, and general clown. He's not afraid of coronavirus. He's not afraid of the bad guys. Master Jeff is not afraid of anything.
Ha! What is up, guys? We are going to learn today how to take these things and those things away from a bad guy. So it should be fun. If you don't have one of these, which is called a tanto, a wooden knife, just about anything of approximately this size will work. You can go into your mom's kitchen and grab a wooden spaghetti spoon or something, or just whatever. And if you don't have a Joe, you can just unscrew a broom or mop stick. Boom, instant Joe. And a lot of you I know already have Joes at this point. You've permanently stolen a mop handle or a broom handle. It is now your Joe. Which reminds me, when I was a kid, about 7's age, me and my friend Avery Starks from school, we wanted to kick a bag, but of course we didn't have a bag. And we're a couple of stupid redneck country kids. Where are we going to get a bag, man? So we start looking around, and one of the things I have, it's like a Master Jeff superpower, is that once I need something, my brain just looks for the shape or the consistency or the mechanics for whatever I'm looking for, and I will find the closest thing that will work in any building or around any area. So we're looking around, and I see a vacuum cleaner. Wait, how's a vacuum cleaner a kicking bag? Well, back in the old days, they had those cloth sacks, and it had a paper bag inside of it that the vacuum cleaner would blow all the dust in. So I just yanked out the paper bag, unclipped the cloth sack that held it, stuffed it full of dirty clothes, hung that bad boy from the deck, and we had us a kicking bag. So my mom goes to vacuum the next time, and she's like, "What? What happened to my vacuum cleaner?" Then she hears, "Hi-ya, smack! Hi-ya, smack!" And we're down there just kicking the crap out of her vacuum cleaner bag. And you know what Master Jeff got that night? Don't you ever do that again. Anyway, where there is a will, there is a way. We'll even do some pistol disarms. Do not go to your dad's gun locker and get a real pistol. Don't do it. If you don't have a dart gun or a plastic gun or a Nerf gun in the house somewhere, just forget it and watch. That's the thing about guns. You don't touch a gun. They're extremely dangerous. They're loaded when you think they're not. They're not loaded when you think they are. And you just have to treat them like the devil, man. Always super, super respect, like a poisonous snake. You don't ever touch a gun. Okay. First things first, let's get our cuerpas warmed up. Or is it cuerpos? Or is it body? Let's get our bodies warmed up. Oh, yeah, but first we have to salute the flags. So you guys set those weapons down. Quickly hurry. 7 right here. Zoe right there, please. Nice and sharp. Chuddy up. Cookie at the hayo. Kyungnet. Paddle. And Mukyam, God, please help us to focus and concentrate and make the most of this class. In Jesus' name, amen. Go ahead, 7, loudly.
Face Master Jeff up.
Thank you, guys. Let's face our black belts who are here to help you today. Very good. And then let's put our right legs back. And let's do some, and put your left leg back, 7.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay, good. I'm sorry. So we're going to do some roundhouse kicks. Try to make it as horizontal as possible, even if you start low. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Paddle. On the show. Good. Shake your legs out a little bit. Stretch a little this way, a little that way. And then let's shake out our hands. Shake them up high. Karate chops. Shake them down low. Karate chops. Good. Make a fist. Turn it over. Pull it in. You can rotate your arm. Get all those extensor tendons. Then the other hand, fist, turn it over, pull it in. Stretch them out good. Good. And give yourself 5. Stretch it out. And give yourself 5. Stretch it out. Good. Thumbs up. Grab your thumb, pull it down in the front. Thumbs up, grab it, pull it down. Good, and Kotagayashi stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold a stretch. Switch hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it in a stretch. Sankyo stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stretch. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stretch. Good. And a Nikyo stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stretch. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stretch. Good. Okay, Anjo. Now let's stretch out Larry first. Good, other leg. We won't be doing much with the legs today, save for our footwork and the weapon disarms, and so we're giving them some loving at the beginning of class with some kicks and stretches and whatnot. Good, shake them out, shake them out. Uniforms up, feet in, knees out. Good. Shove them out, shake them out. Bring it up and over, stretch it out. Down to the middle. By the way, my last class of the week is tomorrow at 8 a.m. I hope you all can make it. Master Yefu's morning workout, 8 o'clock a.m. And then up and twist back. Good. Other side, up and over. Stretch it good. And down the middle. and twist to the back. All right, let's shake them out, shake them out.
Wait, did we do the other side?
No.
We did?
We
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we?
No, we didn't do the other side. We did this side. We didn't do this.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't do this
Oh,
side?
no, we didn't do this side.
Yeah, we didn't do
We
this.
started on this side, didn't we?
We did not do this side.
I thought we did this side. Okay, we'll try it again then. I'm pretty sure we did this side already. We'll review the tape and see. To the middle. And up and twist to the back. Maybe they're right. I don't know. Won't hurt to stretch a little more. Okay. So before we get started, let me just give a disclaimer. I know there are YouTubers out there who will find this rewind later and start raking it over the coals, and hey man, that is just fine. This is more for Aikido, learning to move, and then, oh yeah, we're gonna throw some weapon stuff in there. The stuff I'll show you is valid, like the mechanics of taking any object out of anybody's hand, and if there's a sharp side, not getting or avoiding being cut while you're doing it. So I'm not saying that the stuff I'm going to show you is going to be the 100% exactly what you do if somebody shows up with a knife, because there are infinite sizes of knives. There are infinite sizes and strengths of attackers. There are infinite ways to be attacked with a knife. So the bottom line is, if you just get some things in your head where you have some choices, maybe you can put them all together whenever this situation comes up and come up with something useful. But the bottom line is, a weapon really, really is a big advantage. And so you don't want to take somebody on with a weapon. If a kid his size came up with a pocket knife and asked for my wallet, I would just give him my wallet, dude, because who knows what's going to happen. I might cut the kid, he might cut me, I might make a mistake, I might slip on a banana peel, one of us might get jabbed in the eye. I don't want to blind some 13-year-old kid. And if it's a grown-up, then all the more reason not to tangle unless you absolutely have to. But if you absolutely have to, you might as well have a little vocabulary and just learn how a few things work, right? With a gun, a knife, a Joe, whatever. So that's my disclaimer. I'm just putting some stuff out there. You can take these techniques and mess around with them, mix them and match them, alter them, whatever you want to do. I recommend practicing, before you think you've got it and you can go out there and just use it. Because adrenaline changes everything. Your plan goes to hell right away as soon as the old adrenaline kicks in. So, okay, so let's start with some traditional knife stuff. So Zoe, you watch. 7, you are going to attack first. Hurry quickly, hurry quickly. So 7 is going to attack. The first thing I need to do is not get cut. And a lot of Aikidokas go ahead and attack. They do this because he's moving slow enough, because we're just practicing, that I learned that I can just catch his hand during the attack. Not on a real committed attack. You do have a good chance if you stab him fast as you can. You have a better chance at that, just moving out of the way and then using your arm for insurance. So go ahead like that. There's a much better chance of avoiding getting cut. At that point, then yes, maybe I can whip around and catch his knife hand. So he stabs, I'm here, I'm whipping around and catching his hand, keeping him going. When he catches up, I take him down like that. And then I've got him stuck this way, and then I turn my thumb toward me and grab the dull side of the knife. And then I can push down until he taps. I can hold him with just my leg or whatever. And let's look at that hold. Come on over here a second. So when he attacked, I blocked with my whole arm, caught his wrist, pulled him around, took him down like this. When he falls down, he's going to be like this. So while I'm holding him down, that's the position I have him. So there's the dull side back here. That's why I turn my thumb toward me and I put everything over the whole knife. And then see how his hand's all bent up? And I take it on out like that. So I'm not touching the sharp side of the blade. All right, Zoe, were you watching?
Yes.
I hope so, because now you were going to attack 7, and he is going to try it, and they are going to try it back and forth a few times. So go for it. All right. And with your, hold her hand again. So you're holding her here. Take it over there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good job. All right, now let Zoe try it.
Wait. She's
It's okay. You
Oh yeah. Okay.
and stab her for right now. Stab her with your right hand.
Right.
Good. Ooh, very nice. All right, now they're both forgetting one thing. What is it? What are they forgetting? They got the technique down pretty well. They're forgetting one fundamental thing right at the first. It's the very first thing I explained. You guys know what it is?
No.
They're both taking advantage of the fact that they're going in practice slow motion,
Oh yeah.
and they're just grabbing the wrist.
I didn't grab it. I moved first and then grab it.
Yeah, and get your arm in there too.
Okay.
And one thing is, once when somebody attacks and you block them like this, you've now got like a location. Even without looking, I know where her arm is, so I can grab it and then slide my hand up to her hand. Otherwise, you guys had it. I think it's good practice just to have her stab as quickly as she can. So you're just going to stab and just practice like that, just getting out of the way, just stepping out of the way, or maybe surprise her and step out of the way this way. And there's all kinds of things you can do. Let's say she stabs this way and I catch to the inside. And I pull her around and come around this way. So that's blocking from the inside. All right, so let's move on to another one. And this is a traditional Aikido Shihonage. And to me, it's a little fancy. It's a little bit Hollywood, but it does really help you practice that big harmonic motion of Aikido, and it throws in some nice knife tactics. So with this one, 7's going to be holding the knife, and he's going to be coming down to slash me right across the throat this way. So when he's coming to slash, I'm going to block, but that's not all I'm going to do, because all that's going to do is hurt both of our arms. I'm going to block, but I'm also going to move like this. And I also need him going in a circle. So while he's focused on cutting my throat, I chop his throat and get him moving like that. Then I switch hands, let him keep moving right over me like this, and then you have him down this way. Usually the knife will just fall out at that point, and you can start the lawnmower and knock him down. So let's look at that in slow motion. Go ahead and lift him.
Yes, sir.
So here he comes. I know he's chopping.
Oh.
And I'm chopping at the same time, moving him, switching hands, coming under this way. And then there's his knife. And I want to hold his elbow so I have some control. Now he can roll over this way. Go ahead and roll. And now he's out of it. So roll back this way. Roll way over. So I can throw my foot over him like this. Turn you around. I can throw my foot over him like this. Now I've got him basically like a boa constrictor. Right, and I've got my heel giving him a spleen massage. I've got his arm locked right here and his wrist locked back here like this. Then let him hold on to the knife. All right, so you two give that one a try.
Right.
Yeah, for Zoe to right. So block and chop him at the same time. Block, chop. Now hand him off to your other hand.
Here.
So let's look at that handoff. So 7 chop me from over here with your right hand. So when I'm blocking and chopping, I just fade this down, hand it off to my other hand. So I'm here, hand it off to the other hand, and then I go under. One more time, chop, 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 hand it off under like that. for shio. Did you get that? Okay, try it. Block and chop. Now hand it off to your other hand. Good. Now go under. Good. Now take him on down. Good. Now control his elbow so he can't roll over. There you go. Now pick up on his wrist. Okay, good. Now 7, try it. Tell you what, 7, try it with me.
What's here first?
Oh, hand off, catch it here.
Okay.
Yeah. Now let that refine down to my wrist. Nope, right here. And hold my elbow. And twist me on back. Oh. Pick up on that hand. Nope, keep it where you have it.
Like this?
Pick up on it.
Okay, got it.
All right. I hope that was clear enough. So that's a couple of Aikido knife. Oh, there's another good Aikido knife one. If 7's coming to stab me in the lower extremities, which a lot of bad guys will do, they'll try to stab you right in the privates, dude. And the reason I know this is because I know a couple of friends who it has happened to. One had a guy point a gun at his you-know-what, and the other one had a knife attack right at his you-know-what. So we've worked on this a lot, and one thing I learned is, once again, you got to practice fast sometimes. Because in slow practice during class, we were doing it like this. So 7 stabbing, no, come up like this, like you're going to stab me right in the privates. And we would wait till it got almost there, or even back up, and we would catch the knife here. Well, in slow motion, that works fine. When somebody's really committed, it will break your thumbs and shove them up to your elbows, both of them. And not good. So this one's good for almost a preemptive strike. Like I see him, and he's getting ready to stab, so I actually move first. And I catch his hand here before he even gets going, and then I slip under. I could even stab him with his own knife like that, and then I've got him this way. Then you stick your hand right in there, like that, and it pops out very, very easily. Because the grip is right here, and it bends, it pulls out from between his fingers with leverage. It hurts the thumb, yes. So be careful if you have a buddy at home with whom you're practicing.
I would hold it monkey paws.
Yeah. No, it's okay. You can hold it regularly. We won't do too hard. So here he comes again. Nope, you're stabbing him right in the private. So I'm catching him before he gets forward, and I'm slipping under, even throwing in a stab if I can get to it. And then I have him this way in Sankyo. Then I'm coming up here, and oh, look! I caught it. And then you can go after his brachial artery and then go after his bicep like this. And then just take him down, slice his bicep, and you're ready for the next guy. And boy, it's another reason not to attack anybody with a knife unless you absolutely have to. Who knows? They might do something like that to you. Thank you, 7. So you two go ahead and try it. That's Sankyo with a tanto. Back up out of the way so I can watch these guys. Both hands.
Then you do it whenever you're not here.
Do it
You
just
come
like-
in when I'm shingering, like now.
Good. Now go under. Now hold him with your left.
Left.
Now stick your hand. All right, good. So let's 7 try it. Under. Stick your hand up.
And then right here.
Come around the knife and go back towards yourself.
Here. Around.
It kind of hurts, Zoe. Sorry, Zoe. Get her to here. And now pop it.
Oh, okay.
Cool. I think that is sufficient. Any questions down there? Hi. That's all I'm getting is a hi. Yeah, there's only 3. That's okay. So let's do a couple of gun things really quickly. My personal rule with a gun is if you see a gun, run. Just try to get out of there. Don't try to take one away from somebody. Sometimes you have no choice, and after all, it's martial arts, so the mechanics of learning how one can perhaps slip out of somebody's hand, hey, great. And then you can play with those, just do it up to you. Disclaimer, I'm not taking charge of anything that happens to you. I'm showing you some things that do work, but they're all in slow motion. They're in practice. They're with a plastic gun. So you got to take that and evaluate it. But if possible, for me, I'm running. Most times, you go to the Department of Justice statistics, most times people don't shoot at you if you just run. And most times, on those few times they shoot at you when you run, they won't hit you. And most times when they hit you, it won't be lethal. So the best thing you can do is to just run. Give them your wallet, give them whatever, and run. That being said, sometimes you can't run. So there's the old, go ahead, 7, let me borrow you. And let's use a right hand, just because most people are used to right hand. So 7's pointing at me. First of all, you have to have opportunity. If 7's got back there with both hands, get it like in a both hand grip like that, and he's telling me to get down on the ground, there's no way I'm going to take this gun away. I need to comply until I get an opportunity. If there's a gangbanger, now get back like you were. I'm pleased with your other hand. If there's a gangbanger dumb enough to just hold the gun like this, and you feel like it's an opportunity and that this is really what you need to do, then you can easily take the gun away just like that. You just stop his wrist from moving and you use the gun as leverage, and now you've got his wrist turned over that way. You just keep going in a circle, hand it back to yourself, and get down. I don't recommend using other people's guns because you just never know. Maybe it's not actually loaded. Maybe you have to do something to it to make it work. My dad had an old .22, and you had to have your hand just right or shoot with gloves because it shot fire onto your hands whenever you shot it. Fire would spray out because there was something wrong with the cylinder. We shouldn't have been shooting this stupid thing, but what do we know? We're a couple of redneck kids in Arkansas just out to shoot, so we'd be like, oh, put your towel right here. Well, if somebody had ever gotten a hold of that gun, the second they shot, they would have been like, my head. So I don't recommend shooting other people's guns if you can help it. Still, any port in a storm. So that's the way that one works. And 7 had the gangbanger like this over sideways, and that works really nicely. So do the gangbanger again, please, with your right hand, because that's what we're doing. And go ahead and put your finger on the trigger, which we try to avoid if you can, even on the trigger. Which you try to get out of the habit of putting your finger on the trigger, but a gangbanger probably will have his finger on the trigger. First of all, you got to make sure you don't get shot, so you get it right there. And then you just take him down, and his finger is stuck right there. Like that, and you just peel that bad boy off.
And it'll shoot
Preferably not pointed at my own hand, but away like that.
And it will shoot him.
Yeah, exactly. And might he fire right when you take the gun? Absolutely. If he's going to fire anyway, what do you have to lose? Another important consideration to think about with a gun is that you have to decide to shoot. So it's not like, is my hand faster than a bullet? No way, your hand's not. Your hand's not faster than a trigger finger. In fact, if 7 stands right here and points at me like this, and Zoe says, ready, set, go, and he's going to fire, and I'm going to disarm right when she says go. Go ahead, Zoe.
3, 2, 1, go.
And I'm dead. But that's not how it works. The way it works is the bad guy's pointing at me, and then he has to decide, why didn't you shoot? He has to decide when I'm going to take it away, and maybe I just have my hands like this, and he doesn't know when I'm going to make that move.
I shot it when the gun was here.
Yeah. So it's not hand against trigger finger. It's action against reaction. At this point, you're taking the offensive because you're deciding to remove that gun. He's on the defensive because he has to decide which one of your random motions are just random and which one is a move toward the gun. And that takes too long to beat. In Aikido class, we're so stupid. We've gotten in here with those face shields like people are wearing for coronavirus. They don't help! That people wear for coronavirus nowadays. We got those stupid things and airsoft guns. And we would sit in here and do our best to shoot each other before the other guy could disarm. And once again, if both people know, like a ready, set, go, the shooter wins every single time. If the shooter has to wait until I do something screwy, the disarmed person wins every single time, because it takes a split second to decide, oh, he's trying to take my gun, I'm going to pull the trigger, and you lose every time. An action beats a reaction every single time. Try this. Take a dollar bill, hold it up like this, and let the other person.
And most of the time, sometimes.
Yeah, most of the time. So I hold like this, and Seven's going to hold his fingers right here, and he's going to try to catch it right when I drop the paper.
Wait, I can do it.
And it is just almost impossible because he has to react. He has to realize now, if I say ready, set, go, of course he's going to win. But when I just drop it whenever I want, he doesn't know when it's coming. And a gun disarm works the same way. All this being said, dude, if you can avoid a gun disarm, please avoid it. Give them what they want. Avoid getting shot in the you know what. Okay, another one is if you see those times on the movie, please use your right hand. Most people use their right hand. When they poke the gun in your back and they say walk. So I call this one the walk technique. Well, with your hands up, you can either dip under like this, or you can come over like this. And either way, you surprise the guy, and it works with either hand. So put the gun back again. I can come under this way and take him down here like that. See the gun? Oh, we got off the camera. So let's get back to the thing. Okay, I'll go slowly. So he's got the gun there, and I'm turning and dipping under. Now, I'm pretty close to getting shot back here, but as you can see, the gun's going that way. And then I come over and take him down this way. And I've got to get down before he does and crank his shoulder before he can get a shot off at me. But the gun is very difficult. Try it sometime. It's very difficult to shoot at the person. And if you do, they're also shooting at themselves. It's reckless, but it works. Once again, we've tried it with airsoft guns. It works. Something to consider there, though, he could be shooting bullets all over the place. So you also have to consider bystanders and things. With this one, you don't really get it away from him. You just break his shoulder and he's still got the gun, so he could still be popping caps off in the air all day long. And another important thing with this one is you gotta have the guts, and you just gotta go in. So Seven's got the gun on my back, and I'm a little bit queasy about doing this so I don't get close to him. The technique totally doesn't work. I've got to go back and dive into him, even throw an elbow right there, kapow, right in the head, and then take him over. And I'm up nice and close and nice and tight with any of those. So those are the walk techniques, and I even have, I uploaded some videos of me and Rick Iglesias doing some. Good Lord, it's already 5:40, bro. All right, so what I really wanted to get to some of these Joe disarms, and both of you guys can try these too. John said, I'm curious about that underhand heaven grip knife stab. It's true that if you wait too late, you'd break the thumbs, but what if you did a stick block? Oh, yeah, I think the stick block is a valid option right there. What if it's a fake and the real attack follows? That is why it's so dangerous to try to disarm a knife. And if it is, well, then you're hosed, or you've got to counter that counter and just fake it from there. What if you take the gun before Zoe said go? Then I would have superhuman reactions. All right, so Seven, set that fake gun down. Let's get out Joe. I've just chosen 3 at random, and I'm going to show them to you now. So here's Joe Dory number 3. And I wish I had clipped out these introductions. My apologies. And there's me and Rick Iglesias. And for those of Aikidokas out there, that is, of course, Kokyunage. And I have no way of controlling these videos. They're just playing on a loop. So I apologize about the intro stuff. So watch carefully, parry. In fact, I think I put too much into the parry, but this was in 2009, back when I was young and stupid. like I am now. Well, now I'm old and stupid. So watch one more time. All right, so let's take a look at that real quick. Could you guys still hear me talking during that video? Maybe so, maybe no. I tried to fix it where you could hear the video and hear me without echo and stuff. I don't know if I pulled that off. So these are cool, definitely artsy, because I don't know of many like street attacks that would be with the Joe, but still just learning how to manipulate the body. And the Joe is kind of cool. All right, so 7
Sir.
is doing a jab. You're going to hold it like this, and you're going to ski right there into the tummy, like that. Oh, just like that, exactly. So the first step is he's skiing in, just like that. So I'm parrying and catching it in the middle of his hands, and hold on to it. Yeah. So you're sliding it like, let me see.
Yeah.
Yes. Like that. So I'm parrying, and then coming right there for a kokunage. And let's do it super slow motion. So I'm parrying, catching it in the middle, and then this hand over here is chambered to come up, pow, for a kokunage. Typically, they're disoriented enough so that they're no longer concerned about holding the Joe. You just take it right away. Once in a while, they'll hold it. And I don't know, I've never had a problem getting the Joe out, even when somebody's being a jerk in Aikido and they're trying to sabotage the technique. Typically, they're so disoriented the moment they fall that you can get the Joe away relatively easily. So I hope that was a slow enough motion explanation. Boy, Master Settles, I wish you were here. Can you do a back roll? Like the guy did on the, like Rick did? All right, let's look at number 6. Number 6 is cool too, and I hope you guys can hear me right now. You can do a shoulder roll like that, right?
That was a back roll.
That was a front roll. So the stick kind of spins you around where you're facing the other way, and then you just go with it. You just roll with it. And it's over the left shoulder.
Maybe.
So let's watch it one more time. We'll do it nice and slow.
I think I do it maybe.
Cool. One definitely cool Aikido concept here is you're doing the counterintuitive, what nobody expects, which is you're helping them. They're coming toward you and you're pulling it toward you. So let's try one more time, 7. So the same attack. Hold it like you're playing pool. Like that. So he's coming toward me and I'm coming back like this and then pushing it that way. Exactly. And the reason you roll, you wouldn't have to roll, you can just let go, but it looks a lot cooler when you roll. That's one thing about Aikido, you do it in class and the uke learns how to best protect themselves and to make the technique work so there's not a lot of resistance and a lot of getting banged up in class. So you roll, you break, fall, whatnot. You do Aikido to somebody in self-defense on the street, it does not look like that. They just crumble and go, ah, my wrist, because they don't know how to do a fall or whatever. Okay, so super slow motion. Here he comes, and I'm pulling him with me because I want to get the end of this Joe past his body and then push it back that way. And down. Oh, very nice roll, Zach. So I'm in a closed, an open stance. So both of our tummies are facing you. So when he comes in, I'm keeping it like that and then coming back and pushing. If that makes sense. And that is number 6. You want to try it, Zoe? I'm sorry, I didn't even let you try the last one. Grab one of those shorter ones. And you and 7 try it. So let her try it first, 7, because she just missed the last one. And then you can try it too.
So
you catch it and pull it.
That's it?
And now push it back behind her. That way. Exactly. Try it one more time.
Wait, I'm confused. Wait, so when you
And switch your feet. Stand this way and pull it back and then shoot it forward.
And that's it like that.
Or maybe I'm wrong.
It does not
ski toward me, Zoe?
It doesn't feel right.
Actually, yeah. I said open stance while ago and it should have been close. You can make it work either way. You pull it in and then shoot it. Nope, shoot it on the other side.
Oh.
Behind her, exactly. And if it goes behind them and they don't turn, the stick comes out easier. So either the stick comes out easier because they let go, or they do a roll because they held on. If that makes sense. Now let Zoe try the disarm. So just pull it, and I'll go behind it, push it behind it. Good, just like that. Good job, good. All right, we're almost out of time, so let's move on. What was that, number 6? Let's look at number 7. I chose 5. There are 12 of these. So it's almost the same thing as you could see, but it comes over the top this time. Instead of shooting under the bottom, you go over the top. And all of these have names too, like Nikyo, Ikkyo, whatever, and you can see it if you mess with it. I should have gathered that information, but I did not. Let's look at it one more time, and we'll look at the stance. So we're in a closed stance. You're going right over the top. All right, so let's try that.
Up and then down.
Yeah. Here you go. So we're in a closed stance, 7 skiing, and don't step, slide. Skiing, and then I'm coming over the top and pushing this way, like that. And so it makes you want to roll, right?
Yeah.
So one more time, pulling it over the top and pushing it that way. So Zoe, you come try it. So skiing and catching over the top and pushing that way. All right, now you try it with me. So your closed stance.
What's close?
Your tummy's facing opposite direction.
Oh.
So 7's going to catch it and scoot back. Scoot back, come over the top, and look at my hand right there. And then you push that way. Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. And then Zoe, you try it with me. Over, and then push that way. Exactly. That one might even be called Nikyo. I'm not sure. But that is numero 7. 2 more to go. And I know we're slamming them down, but you can rewind these videos and even watch them in slow-mo. So let's watch numero 8. Oh, one of my favorites. One of my favorites. But you do have to get in there and do a quick tenkan and get your direction changed really quickly. So I'm facing one way, then I'm facing the other very quickly, right there. So I'm going back I'm going back toward my back. I'm doing a reverse really, really quickly. I'm facing north, but I'm pushing south. So you really have to get turned around. All right. Turn, push, like that. That one's you got to hold your tongue.
Are you ready?
Of course I'm ready. So, oh boy, that might do all kind of weird things to our stream, but so the important with this one is to get turned around. But boy, once you do, it feels great. It's a great feeling, Kumijo. So 7, let's try it, Daddy. Now, for practice purposes, I'm asking 7 to hold it like this and to slide forward. Yes, you can alter that, and I can alter, but right now I'm trying to keep it as traditional of the way they're written as possible. So 7's doing his sliding toward me. I'm doing a tenkan and then pushing him that way, like that. He either rolls or he lets go of the Joe. So this time 7, see if you can follow the Joe and do a roll.
Wait, would I have to roll on my left or right?
Probably the right. Either one would work.
Okay.
So here he comes. I'm tenkan, pushing. Not bad. All right, Joe, Zoe, you try. So here he comes. Now you try it with me.
Okay.
So tenkan, step around this way, and get your hands between my hands like a motorcycle. And then you push that way. Good. All right, 7, you can try it with me.
Sure. So, here.
Tenkan.
Wait.
And you do, okay, you get behind me. So you do a tenkan this way. Catch that there, and get this one here. And then you can even push my elbow. So I'm telling him, I was like this, he can even push my elbow like that to get me to go over. So here we go. You step right to here really quickly. Spin to there, get under my arm.
Under like that?
Here.
Oh,
So you can see how you're between my arms,
yeah.
and then you push that way toward my arms. Like that, exactly.
Oh, I think.
And then you try to get behind them so you're pushing rather than pulling them, just like any other Aikido technique. So you see again. So I don't want to end up, go ahead. I don't want to end up here trying to pull him past me. I want to get that tenkan all the way to here, so I'm pushing him with my body. But it takes a really quick tenkan. You got to really get in there behind him, and then the next thing you know, you're butt bumping them, you're hyperextending their elbow, and you're chunking with the stick all at the same time. And it's it really pushes you, right, Zoe? When you catch it just right, Zoe caught a good one. Last one, then we got to get the smack out of here. Or was that the last one? Let's see, number 9. Here's the problem with this one. I don't know what the smack I just did. I'm going to have to watch it. To be honest with you, it's been a while since I've done these. So let's watch again. I think I did the same concept, but I go the other way. Yes. I go the other way and then turn. So let's watch it again. Yep, okay. So you tenkan in just like you're going to do a kotegaeshi. That's the secret for all you Aikido people and the Taekwondo people who have been paying attention. So here comes 7 with the ski. And the last time we went here. This time we're going here and catching it just like a kotegaeshi. Pulling him on around, taking this over, and then you end up doing the same thing like that. Butt bumping him, coming up under his elbow like that. So one more time. Around, over, through, like that. So 7, instead of resisting it, just go with the jaw and try the roll at the end.
Okay, I'll try.
So it is super slow. So here he comes, kotegaeshi. Pulling it around, over, and then just roll. There you go. All right, Zoe, you try it. Catching here, over the top, pushing her this way, like that. All right, so that's a quick taste of the Jodori, and we did some traditional Aikido type knife, or tanto disarms, I should call them, and even a few gun things. Let me say again, man, weapons are nothing to play with. Even if somebody's smaller than you and you think, oh, I can take this guy, you never know what's going to go wrong, dude. And if they're a smaller person, then you might end up hurting them, which you also don't want to do. You know, the heat of the moment, you might think this little punk, but later on you figure out, you know, you get to know this kid or whatever, and you've hurt him, God forbid, killed him, and you wished you would have just given him your wallet, dude. You know, it's just not worth the human conflict if you can at all avoid it, dude. But that's not what this is about. This class is not about if you get attacked by a knife, do this. This class is more about, hey, let's explore some ideas for the way the leverage would work to take something out of somebody's hand, or the way the flow would work if you have a direct ski attack with a weapon. You know, that's more what it's all about. these guys, neither of these guys have even seen those before. And if you'll notice, the reason I look good on the video is because the guy with the Joe attacking me is skilled. He's the one. Let's watch it one more time just to give Rick full credit for his skills. So I would not look so cool if Rick didn't know what he were doing. Look at his ukemi. Anybody would look cool with an ukemi like that, dude. Anybody would. Because Rick knows what he's doing with the falls. Look at that. Oh, Master Jeff is so cool. No, not really. Rick is so cool. Rick is the one making it look super dynamite, dude. He was so good, and he had really been practicing these too. Look at him. See, Seven, how he's feeling what's going on? And that protects him. That's why he's up like a weeble, and he doesn't get his arm hurt or his elbow hyperextended or anything, because he feels what's happening. Oh, somebody's got my jaw. He's turning me this way instead of resisting, and ended up getting whacked in the face or something. He just rolls right out of it, and then he's ready to defend himself, perhaps take the jaw from me when I attack him with it. Anyway, guys, thanks for showing up. Remember, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Master Yefu's early morning workout. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, to like it. Come on, Ezra, say bye with us. I like it when Ezra's here to say bye. There she is. All right, guys, we are out of here.
This has been a South Miami Taekwondo live stream with Master Jeff. Avoid practicing the techniques learning live stream with Master Jeff while drunk, stoned, sloshed, tipsy, buzzed, blotto, slammed, plowed, charlie, play-eyed, hammered, wasted, inebriated, or otherwise intoxicated. Watching live stream with Master Jeff, you acknowledge the possibility of and leave all liability for hematoma, laceration, occipital fracture, broken nose, articular dislocation, strained wrist, hyperextended elbow, broken ribs, bruising, or bleeding, tear, sprains, fractures, dislocated shoulder, or concussion. All rights reserved. Unauthorized presentation and publication strictly prohibited.